everybody, welcome back to the Life of Hair DNA. And on this episode, what we're going to discuss is getting off track. Y'all ever just been off track before? Well, that's been your girl Ashley. I just been going whoopsies doo like I have nothing I'm supposed to be working on, y'all. As you can see, today is a rainy day here in Marietta, Georgia. But after my meeting with my mentor yesterday, y'all, I gotta get on it because there's people out there, they're waiting on me. So in this video, like I said, what I'm going to discuss is getting off track, and I'm also going to identify ways that you will know when you are getting off track. So y'all be sure to stay tuned right here on the Life of Hair DNA. All right, guys, so here are the 5 key points to notice when you get off track. First point is to recognize it. Recognize it. When I say recognize it, admit to yourself that you know something is off. Feel the emotions. It's okay. If you're sad, embrace that. If you're angry, embrace that. Identify it. Once you identify it, it is basically show you the next point where you should, or the next step you should take to kind of, get off of that. For me, some ways that I recognize it is that it's a feeling. I feel unaligned. I don't feel like Ashley. So when I don't feel like Ashley, it goes off alarm in my head. Okay, Ashley, what we gotta do for to make you feel like you? Something ain't right. What you doing? Reevaluate. What you doing? You drinking too much? You hanging out in the streets too much? You not putting forth for effort in your goals? That's the way that I recognize it. Second, after you recognize it, identify the things that you're doing that what you usually know that's what's taking you off path. For example, for me, when I get off track, I notice I'm trying to sleep more. I always want to be in my bed. It's hard to get out the bed. When I tell y'all it'd be so hard for me to get out the bed, I'm just like, Ashley, something ain't right. I get to a point I seclude myself from others. When I say seclude myself from others, basically, like, I'm not answering the phone. I'm barely texting back. I may get invited to stuff. And guys, I just don't want to go. Like, it's like, no, let me just live in my thoughts longer. Versus, okay, let me recognize it and hear if and switch it off. But we human. So that's just what comes with it. It's going to be ups and downs. It's going to be highs and lows. It's always the good and the bad, But that's fine. The main key point is do not stay there. You can't stay there. Because staying there, the time is going to pass either way. Time is going to pass. So what I try to get in my mind and tell myself is, Ashley, the time gonna pass. So try to move forward. Don't stay there. What else I do? I seclude. I don't want to talk to anybody. Oh, and this is the kicker. Nothing makes me happy. Nothing. When I say nothing makes me happy, I can be doing real good at the salon. My numbers can be going up. I can be seeing more retention of my clients. I can be noticing that my work is getting better. I can see all of that. But still, none of it make me happy. I ain't satisfied. Guys, when I tell you this has been me for the past, what's this, April? I ain't gonna lie, it probably been me all of 2022. Besides maybe those first 2 months. Because when you have that kicker in you, you got that kickstart and you like, hey, this year gonna be good. It wore off. It wore off. And then what I started doing is, and this is what you would do most likely as well, is that I started highlighting all the bad stuff going on in my life. When half the time my stuff ain't even bad, it's just that's where I'm at this season. But I'll start pinpointing, oh, you by yourself. You don't have no man. Nobody wants you. You don't have children. Are you going to have children? I just start picking out all this stuff, and it's like, Ashley, live in the moment. Let that hurt go. Realize that's the trick of the enemy. It's trying to confuse you and get you off your game. And keep it moving. And with that, also, what else? This is another key point. What doesn't work? So I'm one of the people, I put myself with motivational stuff all the time, all the time. Whether it's preaching, it's podcasts, it's some like Steve. I love Steve Harvey, y'all. But whether I'm leaving to Steve Harvey, E.T., Stormy, none of that shit is working. Excuse my French, but it's not. It's not working. Yeah. So I say all this to say, it's okay if you fall off track. I'm here to tell you that your life is fine. Nothing is wrong. It's his will and not yours. And everything has a timing. None of that stuff matters. Me not having children right now, it doesn't matter. Me not being with somebody, it doesn't matter. And what I'm really supposed to be doing is living in my singleness, because this is the most time I'm ever going to have for me in my business. So I recognize it. Now I'm trying to take the steps to move forward. Another key point, what I do is too, I start procrastinating. I start procrastinating, keep putting stuff off, not realizing, y'all, this life is limited. Like, girl, pull your big girl panties up and keep it moving. So yeah, those are the key things you can do to recognize, when you're not feeling 100. Now, the steps you need to take to move forward are, for one, you gotta reset your mind. A lot of times, as humans, we retrain our mind as we get older because it wasn't trained younger, or not saying our parents did wrong, but they only could teach us what they knew. So if you've been being a certain kind of way for 30 years, 25 years, 20 years, 22, whatever part you are on your journey, for y'all who don't know, I'm 30, I'll be 31 May 10th. Yeah, so it's close, y'all. But a lot of my self-awareness, I'm just now being really self-aware and having more control over it. Even though, of course, yes, I do fall off track, and that's what this video is about. But you kind of got to reprogram your brain again. So, for example, sometimes you got to restart your phone. It need a reboot. You got to restart your Fire Stick, your TV, for it to act accordingly or act the way it's supposed to act. Guys, you have to do that with your mind. You got to do it with your mind. So whatever you got to play it to get back on track. Whatever you got to read it to go back on track. Whether if that's for you, the Bible, a book, your spiritual people, whoever it is, you have to reprogram your mind. Once you reprogram your mind, that'll put you back on track of feeling like, oh, okay, where Ashley was at? Oh, there she go. There she go. I see her again. So that's the first thing you're going to do, is you're going to restart your mind. Then what you can also do, if the normal things that motivate you aren't motivating you again, that stuff you was watching previously last season, it may was able to get you out of that season, but it's not able to get you out of this one, and that's fine. We all know seasons is different seasons. We in spring right now. We just came out of winter. I know for me, winter, I get a little dark. I get a little sad sometimes. I think it's the weather. I think it's the timing, but it's okay. Don't stay there. Get out of it. So for me lately, what I've been doing is, because I have been doing a lot of transformation church, change church, word of faith. I have been doing all that, and it's not that I'm not doing it anymore, but that's not getting me out of what I'm in right now. So for me, I might listen to that on Sunday. I'm not saying I don't revisit it again throughout the week, but that wasn't serving its purpose for me at the time. And when I say that, let me say, I'm not saying God has not been serving me, because God's He's going to always serve my needs, but he also has these other resources out here for me to be able to utilize to get to my next level. Because that's why I'm so uncomfortable right now, because guys, I'm going to another level. And that's fine, but it's like, Ashley, like I said, even though I'm talking to y'all, I'm preaching to myself too. Fix it. Fix it. So I revisit other things. Lately, what I've been listening to is, I'm real big on podcasts right now. I'm listening to Manifestation Babe. It's another lady, she's really good too. And she talks about manifestation as well. I listened to Steve Harvey got a podcast up there. I listened to that. And it's this other guy I just came across today. But a lot of the podcasts is because they're people that have been in my situation or they can relate to me. It helps me. It helps me. So yeah, you gotta find whatever's gonna motivate you in this season. Whether, like I said, podcasts, if it's reading a book, because I'm trying to get more into reading as well. The book that I'm about to read is The Four Agreements. And that's something I supposed to have been started. But yeah, so that's what you have to do. Another thing you can do is find something that makes you happy and try to do that every day. Find something that makes you happy and try to do it every day. For me, I love being outside. I love going to the mountain. I love walking on trails. That gives me a spiritual release I need, but it also gets off stress, and it also makes me feel like, doing what it is I'm supposed to be doing. So I love that. Sorry guys, I'm making sure my camera isn't dying, which it shouldn't be. But I do that, and that helps me. Look for, this is another key point, look for support. At the end of the day, no matter what people say, you can only get so far by yourself. I only know how to get to where I'm at right now because I just did it. When you're trying to go to another level, you have to invest in yourself. So that's what part I'm on right now. I'm trying to figure out, okay, I got these mentors, but obviously for this next season, I need another mentor. I need another mentor. There's nothing wrong with that. So, yeah. So, to get back on track, let's recap. Find you something that makes you happy every day and do that. Find you a resource to help you be able to go to that next level. And reprogram your mind. It's all in the mind. Once you train yourself, you're there. Give yourself grace that you fell off track and you're human, and that's fine. But always trying to find a way to get back on track. So create yourself a routine, and if you already have a routine, that could be it. Switch up your routine. Sometimes because stuff is so repetitive, that puts you in a funky space too. Because that routine, it's not serving you anymore. It's not serving you. So now let's go back and recap. So when you're identifying that you are off track, the first step is realizing it, recognizing it. You can live in that moment. Soak up all what it is you're feeling. If you're feeling sad, if you're feeling mad, down, recognize it. And experience that emotion. Once you're done experiencing that emotion, pay attention to little signs. Are you sleeping all day? Are you not answering the phone? Are you avoiding going places? Do you only want to be by yourself? Can you not get out of the bed? That's another part. Make sure you're able to identify that. If none of your motivational stuff is working, 9 times out of 10, you're off track. You're off track. You're not aligned. And the steps to get out of that space and to get back on track, remember, reprogram your mind. Do a restart. Reach out to others. Look for resources. Find you something that makes you happy every day. Create a routine if you don't have a routine. If you do have a routine, change up the routine. Rearrange it. Look for something that's more beneficial that's going to motivate you. But yeah, I'm so happy that I'm doing this video. I'm so happy that you guys can live and experience this with me. Because like I said, your girl was off track. And that's fine. But your girl trying to get back on track. So I would love to share this with you guys and just, let you see the real feeling of it. Because when I'm off track, I don't feel, like I said, I don't feel like Ashley. I feel like everything's wrong. I feel down. I feel unmotivated. I feel unworthy. But it's fine. Those are feelings. Those are feelings. And, I just have to enjoy this singleness, enjoy all this time that I do have available, because I know once I get a family and once my husband comes, once my kids come, I want to be able to spend more time with them and be more on the back end. Like stuff like this, I probably will always do because I love motivating people, because I remember when a point when I needed somebody like me for to be able to keep going and to know it don't matter what you got going on in this life, girl. It's always changeable. It's always restartable. But remember, it starts with you. It starts with you. But I hope y'all enjoyed this Life of Hair DNA episode of being off track. And we're going to do more one-on-ones like this. Just so you get to know me, get to let us grow together, learn together. And this is the episode that we're never going to forget. So until next week, I hope you guys have a blessed week. Remember, if you are track, just get back on it. Get on track. The time is going to go by regardless. So why not advance and elevate during this time versus decline and just live? I want to live abundantly, and I want you to do so as well. But okay, to my hair DNA beauties, I will see you guys next time. Bye.